Over 20% of elderly individuals have experienced a silent stroke, with prevalence steadily increasing to a startling 30 to 40% in those older than 70 years. These invisible strokes affect millions, yet often go completely unnoticed, potentially causing permanent brain damage without any obvious symptoms. Silent strokes occur when blood flow to a part of your brain is briefly interrupted, damaging brain cells, but without producing the classic stroke symptoms we typically recognize. Unlike traditional strokes that might affect speech or cause facial drooping, silent strokes impact areas of the brain that don't control visible functions, making them particularly dangerous and difficult to detect. They're called silent because they happen without your knowledge. You may never realize you've experienced one unless it's discovered during brain imaging for another condition. Despite their name, the consequences of these strokes are far from harmless, especially for seniors. Silent strokes pose a significant challenge because their subtle nature means they frequently go undetected until substantial damage has accumulated. According to the American Heart Association, as many as 11 million Americans may experience a silent stroke each year, compared to 800,000 who have symptomatic strokes. What makes silent strokes particularly concerning is that they can lead to serious long-term consequences. Each event causes cumulative brain damage, increasing the risk of developing cognitive decline, vascular dementia, and future symptomatic strokes. In fact, studies show that silent strokes significantly increase the risk of overt stroke and dementia. There are 5 critical silent stroke symptoms seniors should recognize. Memory problems and difficulty concentrating are the initial symptoms. One of the earliest and most overlooked signs of silent stroke is subtle changes in memory and concentration. You might notice yourself having more trouble remembering recent conversations or appointments. According to medical experts, if you begin experiencing unexplained difficulty remembering things or concentrating, particularly if these problems seem to develop suddenly, it could be a warning sign worth investigating. Unlike the gradual memory changes associated with normal aging, stroke-related memory issues often emerge more abruptly and may be accompanied by confusion in specific situations. The second symptom is balance problems and unexpected falls. Balance difficulties and unexplained falls represent another critical warning sign that seniors should monitor closely. You might notice yourself becoming unsteady when walking or standing up, or experience more frequent falls without obvious causes like tripping hazards. These balance problems occur because silent strokes can affect parts of the brain responsible for coordination and spatial awareness. What might be dismissed as just getting older could actually indicate cumulative damage from silent strokes. The third symptom is getting lost in familiar places. Suddenly having trouble navigating places you've been to hundreds of times before is a concerning symptom that merits medical attention. This disorientation can manifest as momentary confusion about where you are, difficulty following familiar routes, or feeling temporarily lost in your own neighborhood or home. This symptom occurs because silent strokes can damage areas of the brain responsible for spatial recognition and navigation. It's particularly alarming because it often gets attributed to normal aging rather than being recognized as a potential medical emergency. The fourth symptom is subtle weakness or numbness. While major strokes often cause dramatic weakness or numbness on one side of the body, silent strokes may produce much more subtle symptoms that come and go. You might experience temporary tingling sensations, mild weakness in an arm or leg, or brief episodes where fine motor control seems impaired. These symptoms may be so mild that they're easily dismissed, but they can indicate that small areas of brain tissue are being damaged by insufficient blood flow. Pay particular attention to symptoms that affect one side of the body more than the other. The fifth symptom is unexplained mood changes. Silent strokes can cause noticeable changes in personality or emotional responses that seem out of character. Family members might notice inappropriate emotional reactions, such as laughing during serious conversations or becoming unusually irritable over minor issues. Depression and anxiety can also emerge following silent strokes, as they affect brain regions involved in mood regulation. If you or family members notice significant shifts in your emotional responses or personality, particularly if they develop relatively suddenly, consider consulting a healthcare provider. Consider the case of Martha, a 72-year-old retired teacher who began noticing she occasionally couldn't remember the names of familiar objects. She also found herself getting disoriented while driving to her daughter's house, a route she had taken weekly for years. While her family initially attributed these changes to normal aging, Martha's daughter insisted on a medical evaluation after reading about silent stroke symptoms. An MRI revealed Martha had experienced several silent strokes. Thanks to this early detection, Martha's doctors put her on appropriate preventive medications and recommended lifestyle changes that significantly reduced her risk of a major stroke. 2 years later, Martha maintains her independence and active lifestyle, crediting that timely intervention with preserving her quality of life. Silent strokes may be subtle, but recognizing their warning signs can be life-saving. The 5 key symptoms to watch for include memory problems and difficulty concentrating, balance issues and falls, disorientation in familiar places, subtle weakness or numbness, and unexplained mood changes. Remember that these symptoms might come and go, but shouldn't be dismissed as normal aging. For seniors, being vigilant about these warning signs is crucial. Research shows that 1 in every 4 adults older than 80 years has had at least one silent stroke. Early detection allows for interventions that can prevent future strokes and cognitive decline. Have you or a loved one experienced any of these symptoms? We'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. Your story might help others recognize these crucial warning signs. If you found this information valuable, please consider subscribing to our channel for more videos on senior health and wellness. Remember, when it comes to brain health, knowledge and early action can make all the difference. Schedule regular checkups with your healthcare provider, and don't hesitate to discuss any unusual symptoms, no matter how minor they might seem.